standard banner, they have a specific mechanic where once you have pulled 300 wishes on that banner, they just like give you a choice, so you can choose between some standard 5-star characters. And I was planning on getting her that, but like it's a long way to go. And at first, you guys, I had planned on like pulling for Acheron. I mean, it's a little complicated, okay? So when I heard that Luocha was getting a rerun, I was 100% sure that I was going to Luocha because I needed a better healer than Natasha. And then I went into the test runs for the characters and I tried out Acheron. And I just gave up on Luocha. So I started pulling and putting everything I had on Acheron's banner. And I ended up losing the 50-50 and got Himiko instead. But then I realized that pulling for Acheron was kind of a mistake, because for a player like myself, she's too advanced of a character, if I can say so. And it was a mistake, so I wasted Primo Gems. Interstellar Chains, my bad. I was still happy because I ended up getting Himiko, to be honest. But I was really disappointed because I didn't get Luocha. So I ended up spending money on Luocha. But I got him early. I don't really remember when exactly, but I got him early. Plus, I mean, he was guaranteed at that point. Now I have enough wishes left. Well, I say enough, but I have around 65 like passes if I want to pull on the next banners, which I definitely will. However, I don't know if I'll be spending money on those. What I'm trying to do is just grind for interstellar jades, because you guys, if I show you my quest log, I think it would scare you off, because there are so many companion quests, adventure quests that I have not like finished or even started yet. I think I have started none. And as for the companion quests, I've only completed Natasha's. I recently started Asta's or Arlan's. I'm not sure, but it's one that's going on in on the space station. So yeah, but I'm trying to see if I can get Primo Gems here and there. So yeah, anyways, that was just to let you guys know about my like new team. Usually, or the team that I've currently been running is Luocha, Himiko, Tingyan, and Genuine. The Trailblazer was just here because I needed a shield or more pyro characters, or so I thought. Like in the simulated just like dies, is killed, murdered, whatever you want to call it. I was shook. I was, you know what, like, I screamed, like, I knew that Firefly was going to die, okay? I knew that she was going to die in the dreamscape, even before I, like, got to Penacony. I was on Twitter, or X, or, like, however you want to call it, and I saw some spoilers, so I already knew. It's just that I didn't know how she was going to die, and it was also sudden that, you know, like, I screamed. But anyways, and then we end up seeing that, like, at the end of the quest, at the very, very end of the quest, Robin dies when, like, she had nothing to do with the entire quest the whole time. Like, we saw her once and then she died. You guys, I was flabbergasted. Like, really, I couldn't understand, like what was happening. Why were people dying left and right? So now I wanted to start the second half of the quest, but it's almost like I want to keep it for, like, I don't know, like, so that I can enjoy the content a little bit longer, you know. By the way, guys, just like a quick note, like side note, comment, whatever. Today I am trying out a new program for, like, audio recordings, because I am voicing this video over today, and I adjusted the settings so that we can't hear any background noise, and I made a lot of tests. I made some tests while they were, like, people, well, children, screaming, like downstairs, you know, playing, screaming, and I made tests while my neighbor's dog was barking very, very loud, and the program was successful in deleting all of those without me having to do anything. So hopefully this one turns out okay, because I, like, the tests that I made were not, like, as long as, like, this video. It was like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, so on. So we'll see when it comes to, you know, like, a good 40 minutes audio recording, but I really hope it works, because otherwise I might have to delete this recording and blah blah blah, you know. Anyway, I don't need to bore you with the details, but I think you get it. Anyways, so going back to talking about the Penacony quest, so, like, since I have a lot of quests left to complete, I decided to maybe leave the second part of the quest like, and complete it, and, like, not starting it for now, even though I know that we might discover a lot of things about Aventurine. I'm telling you, the spoilers on Twitter are, like, it's something, you know, and sometimes I even feel like I regret going onto that platform, and I think at some point, or, like, very, very soon, I will stop using it anyways, because other than the leaks, and people, like, putting no warnings, and, you know, like, I don't even follow that many, like, people on Twitter. It's mostly just, like, streamers, and they usually, like, don't really spoil the content, but, like, sometimes it's just, like, random people on my timeline that I don't even know, don't even follow. They just, like, suggest some posts to you, and you see that, and, you know, it pisses me off. Not necessarily, like, the people posting, but rather the way the platform works. Anyways, so I might really stop using it, especially since I saw a lot of posts on it that are not necessarily related to Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail, but a lot of posts that's just, like, I don't know, that were too negative, and yeah, you know, support you on my end no matter what. So, you know, it's like, live your life, do whatever you want the way you want to do it, and let people do the same thing on their end. I know it sounds very cheesy, but it's my motto in life, you know. So, anyways, aside from that, I'm more comfortable with Instagram anyways. I feel like the content that I see on Instagram is, even if it's Genshin or Honkai Star Rail, sometimes I feel like it's less spoilers, or it's the kind of spoilers that I would want to see, as in it's not about the lore or the quests, it's more about the characters' kits or their designs. So, you know, for example, I was very happy to see leaks of like Shiori before she was released. Same thing for Navia. I was really happy to see leaks about Arlecchino's kit, even though like she's not a character that I plan on like playing ever. Still, I was happy because I get curious about the characters and their designs and everything, and their weapons and so on. And same thing for Honkai Star Rail. I saw Gallagher's idol animation and his attacks as well. On Instagram, I saw Aventurines, I saw Acheron's before she was released, and so on, you know. So those are the kind of leaks and spoilers that I like, but not the lore ones, you know. Anyways, yeah, so aside from that, I don't remember why I started talking about Twitter and whatever, but I was saying, yeah, I saw a lot of spoilers and so on, so I'll try not to go on the platform so much anymore. So, you know, yeah, just letting you guys know. I think it's not the kind of platform that I enjoy using. So yeah. Anyways, you guys, you know how I like to ramble and talk about random things, especially when I'm voicing a video over. It's just like I say the first thing that comes to my mind. Anyways, sometimes I do run out of like topics to talk about. Like, for example, I think last week I tried recording a Honkai Star Rail video and it was about an hour long. Yeah, I think it was an hour and 15 minutes. So I started and I was at like 38 minutes and I ran out of things to talk about. But it was a mix of things actually. Like, I was tired. It was the last day of Ramadan, you guys, because we were fasting. When I say we, I'm talking about the entire like Muslim community. So we were fasting, and you know, like, I was super tired. I had a long day at work, and after 38 minutes I ran out of things to talk about and ended up deleting the entire thing, because even during those 38 minutes I was racking my brain to find something to talk about, and I was just like, you know what, this is not the vibe. I'm not in the mood of recording a video, so I'll just give up for today and go back to it some other time. forcing you, you know, it's like I'm not complaining about it. It's just that during the first 2 weeks, everybody is super excited because it's Ramadan, you know. Everybody's super excited about the ambiance that it brings, and it brings people together more than usual. More family dinners, more friend dinners, and so on and so on. And like the kind of food that we cook, at least in my culture, isn't your everyday kind of food, you know. It's going to be like special dishes and like more dishes than usual. They take a little bit more time to cook than like your everyday pasta, for example. So the first 2 weeks, everybody is super happy, everybody's super excited, super hyped up and everything. And then during the last 2 weeks, that energy, like those energy levels, they start going down, down and down and down and down until like you are left with no energy at all. It's like the hype is like completely disappearing, you know. And plus, you know, like the fact that we do not eat or drink from like sunrise to sunset, sundown, however you want to call it. It does take a lot more energy than usual, you know. Even though, like, I have to say, like, out of all the Ramadans that I went through ever since I started fasting, this one was the least difficult one to go through because, like, growing up, I saw, like, Ramadan periods go from, maybe, like, fall to, like, summer to spring to now basically winter, because I've never seen, this is my first Ramadan that is in March, that I remember being in March. It's possible that we had one when I was like really young or baby or whatever, but this is the first one I remember being in March. And for me, it was the least difficult one because at work I was so busy that I barely even thought about eating. And then after work I was so busy cooking that I just like didn't really, how can I say that, because like cooking is still related to food, but like I was so focused on the recipes, I did not want to mess up and so on, that I didn't really think about like, oh, I'm hungry, or oh, I'm like thirsty, you know. Plus the fact that like it was during winter, kind of, you know, it was not outside or anything, so it's not like I was dehydrated and absolutely needed water or whatever, and might just be me. But to me, this one was like the least difficult one. So yeah, but it does take a lot of energy towards the end because you're just over it. You're like, it's not about the food or the water. It's more, I'm tired because it's a new rhythm that we take on for a month. I don't know if I'm explaining that well, but anyways, it's like a new rhythm that we take on for a month, you know, and then you have to go back to like your old usual everyday rhythm, and it's something, it's a beautiful experience. It's just like towards the last day you're just so tired. And yeah, during the last days I really was not at all in a creative mood, you guys. After the Kazuha video, I was just like, I just needed a lot of sleep. I needed a lot of you know, like, I don't know, I just needed to take a little break, kind of. So yeah, anyways, and then afterwards we had, because like right after Ramadan, and you guys, I'm very sorry because as I said, I hope the program that I'm using for audio recordings is gonna delete any background noise, because I can hear my neighbors going absolutely crazy in their apartment upstairs. They keep like, just like, how do you say that? visit your family empty-handed. You need to make some like baked goods to take to them, and then they give you in exchange like the baked goods that they made, and you know, like it's like a celebration of, oh my god, we can finally eat, you know. But it's more than that. Like, other than celebrating the fact that we can finally eat and that Ramadan is over and whatever, we also like celebrate the fact that we could all be together, that we can see all of our family, all of our friends, like a very peaceful atmosphere. And yeah, so there was that, and that got me super busy as well. So I was like in a mood. I was like in a very different mood than usual, and my creative juices were like very low. Like writing, which I usually absolutely love to do. Well, it's been less writing these past few weeks, but more drawing. So even that, I just couldn't do nothing. I couldn't focus. I was like very jumpy and not in a very ASMR creative mood. Anyways, sorry for the rumbles. I think that all the times that I tried sitting and recording, like I'm thinking about all the times that I tried sitting and recording and didn't have anything to talk about and could not even ramble, and now like I've been yapping for a good like 30 minutes. It's really funny. But I hope that you guys like this side of like my channel, because I think I've said it in the past, I am definitely not the like person or player, like Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail player that you should follow if you are looking for someone to tell you which character to use, who is the strongest, who you should pull for. Like, nope, that's never going to be me. I am not knowledgeable enough about the game to do that. With me, it's mostly rambling, talking about the characters that I like, the content in the games that I like, and well, that's basically it. Like, yeah, I really try to be as creative as possible. I try to come up with like new concepts here and there, but if you're looking for someone to talk to you about meta and all those things, you guys, that's just not me. And you know what, even sometimes I try to watch like videos of people talking about like why you should use this or that character, or even like guides of how to use a specific character, and I just can't. I can't. It's not the way I enjoy Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail and even other games, really. What I like to do is more like, if I'm looking, for example, I was looking at how to build Himiko, because I still like don't know all the artifacts in Honkai Star Rail, and I didn't know what would fit like on the character or not. So I went on a website rather. Usually I go on Game 8, if you know what it is, and I go there and actually read everything, and like try to see, oh okay, so it's gonna be this artifact and not that one, it's gonna be this light cone and not that one, and so on. And I prefer it that way instead of watching videos, to be honest, of like guides and stuff. Like sometimes I will, just because I don't know, like really out of curiosity, or I didn't find anything else to watch. But it's more, if I do that, it's going to be more as like background noise other than anything. And I really do applaud the people who make the guides, because is something I know that I will never be able to do, but I really do like applaud those people. Like, hats off to them, the ones who create that kind of content. But anyways, so I can see we are nearing the end of the video very soon. This Silver Main Lieutenant, I don't remember if I was able to defeat him or not. But you guys, right now I have Luocha and Himeko and Genuine at level 70. Their traces are maybe at 4 or 5 out of 10. And Tingyun is level 67, I think. I've been farming for those books like crazy, but the good thing about Honkai Star Rail is their resin mechanic, you guys. I don't remember what the resin is called in the game, but the fact that it stacks up when you do not use it, oh my god, you guys, that is just a dream come true. And I really like that about the game, so I've been like farming those books to level up the characters like crazy. But even with like 3 of my characters like being at level 70, and even if I put like the recommended light cones and artifacts and so on them, they're still like not very strong to beat certain kinds of enemies. And I think there's something like really different, like for me as someone who's more used to Genshin Impact rather than Honkai Star Rail, the fact that you need, for example, how can I say that? For example, I'm trying to find a way to express that, but like for example, I have like my current team, the one you can see on screen right now, is the one that I've been using, but it doesn't work against all enemies. At some point, I will mandatorily, I don't know if that's a word, but anyways, mandatorily have to change like 1 or 2 characters to make sure that I have the right elements to break like the enemy's shields. And in Genshin Impact, whoops, sorry, my throat was doing something weird. But anyways, in Genshin Impact, like it's something that you don't necessarily have to do, because you can put like the most random characters together, and if they have the right artifacts and weapons and whatever on them, you could still like defeat some enemies. Anyways, but see you guys on screen right now, I'm looking at the paths, because I think this, like during this simulated universe, I had chosen like the path of elation, thinking that that was the path Himeko had or like was on or whatever, and I realized that she was erudition, and I got like very angry at myself because I did not check beforehand. But yeah, so currently I'm showing you what I have on the characters, or what I had, because this was completed last week. I think it was completed last week, and I've made some changes this week on the characters because I was trying to make them stronger and stronger. So yeah, I don't think it worked like really, but anyways, I swear I'm doing my best in Honkai Star Rail, even though I am focusing more on the lore and the story quests rather than like on leveling up my characters these days. I'm also still debating if I want to like such a fun event. I watched a few videos here and there, so I can't wait